What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's up?
Welcome to Let's Get to the Facts podcast. I'm your host, Doss, with my man, Coach Shot. Y'all know what we do. We in here every Monday, 7 to 8. Please like
Yes, sir.
and subscribe to the YouTube page. You can also catch us on these lives on TikTok and Facebook as well. Coach, man, you know, it's
Yeah,
an interesting game yesterday. So we like look, we getting right
very.
into it. We getting right into it. We getting right into it.
Let's
Interesting
go.
game
Let's
yesterday,
go.
man. So
Very much so.
the Browns and the Ravens. The Browns knocked off one of the top premier teams, like a team who was running away with it. I'm talking like running away with it. Like Derrick Henry put up damn near almost 1,000 yards in like
Already.
6 games.
Yeah.
You know, like it's been crazy. And Lamar Jackson is doing MVP type stuff, and the Browns made them look average.
Yes, they did.
Derrick Henry struggled running the rock. He had one, maybe 2 big runs, but he didn't even score on them. He scored on a short one. And you know, and Lamar Jackson looked a little suspect.
Oh,
You know?
I wouldn't say him. I would say more so his receivers looked a little suspect.
Well, yeah. I can't say Lamar was suspect because he still put up 3 touchdowns?
Yeah, he still did his thing.
Put up 3.
It was just the receivers. You know, they didn't catch the ball when they, at the most at the time when it was needed.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I don't know, man. I mean, I was impressed with what I saw with them. The defense came to play.
They definitely did.
I'm gonna say I still didn't really see much of a Miles sighting, but the other defensive linemen did their thing. The other defensive linemen stepped up, came out, did their whole thing, and they looked pretty decent. I mean, but Denzel Ward, man, 6 concussion. You up there with Tua? Is it time for him to hang it up?
He ain't gonna do it though. He already said it, Coach. He's not gonna do it. He said it at the beginning of the season.
You got 6 concussions, dude. And on the NFL level.
Yeah, ain't no telling how much he had in college, high school, whatever.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But according to him, he said at the very beginning of the season, he's not gonna hang it up.
Right. It's crazy. It's super crazy out here. You know, like 6 concussions, man. And then we lost. And then Joker.
Yeah.
Joker got, man. Come on now. Like, that's huge too.
Yeah, he said, he came out today. He said all is good. You know what I'm saying? They kept him in the hospital overnight for precautions or whatever. But he had feelings in all his extremities. He posted on, I think it was Instagram that, all is well.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, he might, I ain't gonna lie, maybe out 1 or 2 games or whatever, but at least it ain't the season. It ain't a concussion.
It isn't. But I mean,
it ain't the season.
So what did you think of the team yesterday, man? Like, what was your overall? What did you think?
I think, man, overall, they played one of the best games the best game of the season. They played their best game this against the Ravens.
Yeah.
Defensively, they did what they did when I saw them play against Derrick Henry when he was last with the Tennessee Titans, which was they penetrated the backfield, hit him early before he could get his momentum going, get that feet going.
Yep.
And they did that, you know what I'm saying? So on a couple of long runs, he did break a couple, like how you said, but for the most part, they kept him at bay. They did a great job to me on the read option stuff with him and Lamar. You know what I'm saying? Nobody really broke nothing. They both kept them both contained. They applied pressure defensively. Emerson and Newsom still shaky. Y'all boys still scare me.
And Newsom was gyrating all over the field like he was locked down or something yesterday. And it was man. Like, I don't know what was up with that, but this dude was like, you jumping all over the place. You acting like you a shutdown corner. You was getting beat all over that field. And then you had that costly pass interference call with Mark Andrews towards the end of the game.
Yeah.
And so it was like, man, come on.
Yeah.
Man, come on. Yeah, because they did look like a different team. There was a different
They
team that
did.
stepped on that field yesterday.
They did. Offensively, Jameis moved the ball through the air.
Man, listen.
Still got to work on that run game a little bit more. But I still also I like what I seen out of Nick Chubb. He didn't get stopped in the backfield too much. Yes, did he have a a great running day? But I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like he lost. I'm not seeing a person that lost a step or who's been injured. Like he gonna get there with as long as the offensive line get better, you're gonna see a better Nick Chubb.
And you can see you saw it. He was starting to get a little shifty. He was starting to get a little shifty as he was moving through the holes and stuff. So it was definitely starting to, it was starting to get there. He was slowly starting to step his game up and, trying to hit those cuts so he could try to break a couple. So I think next game he gonna be, I'll say about 85%. He'll be 85% ready and ready to hit that hole and make some stuff happen.
Definitely.
So, Jameis Winston moved the ball through the air, like you said. I was happy because you put up 3 touchdowns, you put up
334 yards,
330 some yards, definitely.
No picks.
I get no picks. Although he should
should
have had
like
about 3 of
them.
He should have had about 3 of them. So man, it was enjoyable to see. Like they played with a different type of energy yesterday.
Yes, they did.
So
they played. They played. Sorry to interrupt, Coach. They played like the Browns last year. Defensively, they was going after people.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? They was attacking. Offensively, they moved the ball. There was a lot of play action. You know what I'm saying? They look like the team that we saw that made the playoff push last season. That's what that game reminded me of.
Yeah, I like the pacing of the game. I liked all of that. I liked how that went down. My cuz says we know what's important to ownership. I don't think we do though, because
I don't know what they talking about. I don't know what they do.
I don't think they know what they do. If it was important to ownership, Watson's ass would have been sat down weeks ago. Sorry, I mean, listen, we gonna stop making excuses for Watson because Jameis put that ball in the air. Jameis got that ball into people's hands. Everybody started becoming playmakers. That team that showed up yesterday looked like it's a team that could actually still got a chance to make a run for something.
Oh yeah.
So if they continue to play like they played, they got a chance to make something happen.
Like you gotta think our division ain't the best. I think the team with the most victories is Steelers at 5.
Well, it's both of them, Steelers and the Ravens.
Yeah, at 5 we 2 games, and if we run off the next 3,
we're right back in the mix because our conference is the weak as hell, and we can still slide in. So I definitely agree with that. It was just like I said, man. It was just a different energy. So and them boys came out, they played from the beginning. Like I think what Newsom is trying to do is trying to charge everybody up with all of the antics and shit, but you can't be getting beat. You know what I'm saying? You still can't be getting beat. And I still need I need more from Miles. I need more from Miles.
I think he finished the game yesterday with like 1 tackle.
Yeah. Come on, man. Come on. Like that's unacceptable for the defensive player of the year. That is unacceptable. And I wonder if his effort was shit because that report came out. I don't know if you saw it. I posted it on Facebook, but there was a report that the Detroit Lions was looking to make a major trade to get Myles Garrett because they lost Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah, I heard that. I just like it's funny. Before we came on, I was on my phone. Just had hit with a notification that's saying like Dan Campbell was hitting at a major trade. But I don't think the Browns trading Myles Garrett, bro.
I remember I said 2 episodes ago. I said Myles will be gone by the end of the season.
No, Miles ain't going nowhere. I think it might be like a Jadarius Smith. He might get traded. I can see him getting traded.
That wouldn't be a blockbuster trade though.
But for Detroit, that would be for them. Like getting the DN, like I think I don't know. But
hey, look what Detroit did yesterday without Aiden Hutchinson. Detroit is stacked, man. That's a team that people need to be concerned about. Like they putting their foot on the gas and they're going with it.
Definitely, they are there. Detroit is definitely doing a thing, but I'm not. The Browns is not trading Myles Garrett.
I don't know, man. It all depends on what they're putting on that table. It all depends on what they're putting on that table.
They're not trading him. That's one player. That's one player. The Browns ain't trading. That's like the Cavs. That's like the Cavs trading LeBron. That ain't happening, Coach.
Hey, they kind of wanted to trade him the last time he was here, though. It was some talks like, all right, dude, you ain't really doing what we need you to do, so we're gonna move in a different direction without you. And he wanted to go anyway to go to LA, but that's no here nor there, man. I don't know. I think that might have been because you saw what Mari Cooper did when they was talking about trading him. He started playing like terrible, and then they was like, we about to get rid of his ass.
But Miles been playing trash the whole season, Coach, so it doesn't make a difference.
Right, but
he hasn't had that season that he had last season or the season before that.
The package got to be right, and I think they would get rid of Miles.
Nah.
You don't think so?
Nah.
I don't know, man. I think if the package is right, they'll get rid of Miles.
Nah.
I'm still sticking with it. Miles will be gone by the end of the season.
Listen, Miles is like who is Miles in Cleveland sports history to other teams? Miles is like Mark Price, dude. He ain't going nowhere. They wouldn't trade Mark Price. Miles is who's an Indian player, man? Like somebody who the city loved, like a Carlos Baer. Like they ain't trading him like a J Ram. They're not trading Miles Garrett.
Because are you saying that they would get rid of him for a 1, 2, and a 3? Is that what you're saying? I don't know. What's 1, 2, 3 mean? That's what I'm trying to see what he's saying. I'm trying to see what he's talking about.
Tell Cuz, man, that's a good wish list, but that ain't happening.
He said that ain't happening.
That ain't happening. So what we gonna get a first rounder this year that's gonna be like
he said they'll get rid of Miles for a 1, 2, and a 3. I would get rid of Miles for 2 2s. I mean 2 1s and a 2.
The way Detroit is playing this year, that 1 is going to be a 25 through 30 team. You're not going to get come on now. I'm not doing that. Not for Myles Garrett. He might have been off this season. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not doing that, bro. Like, no, like, so who you going to, like, my thing is this. On every team, you need one person at each level. If you got 2, your team is raw. But you got a raw DN that attracts a lot of attention, whether you want to call it a stat or not, double, triple team, whatever. It's a lot of attention that goes to that man.
Okay.
That should free up somebody else to do some work. Has it freed up somebody else to do some work? No.
It did yesterday.
It did yesterday because they was like how you said, it came out with a different energy. I don't know if it was because
Miles was getting handled 1-on-1 yesterday.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
but he was also going against. I'm not gonna lie, another good tackle. Dude ain't no slouch on that side.
I understand, but he's supposed to be the black Superman.
No, man, I don't know who gave him that fucking name. No,
hey, he's supposed to be the black Superman. Come on now.
No, he is not the black Superman.
So look, man, we need to get into our next topic. I ain't even have our thing up, but the next topic, and this is one me and you was going back and forth against. Was it the O-line? You said, I said, listen, now I need you to hear me. Because I know you said it wasn't the same O-line. And I'm telling you, this is what you got to remember. Wyatt Teller comes back. That helps us. That center has been the center all season since game two. No, so that center, actually, I think it was game 1. I think old boy got hurt game 1. So that center has been the same center. Wyatt Teller Yes, they got rid of Jedrick, but everybody else was people that was behind. That was behind the starters. So our center, second string center, our tackle, our left tackle, we took Big Boy from Ohio State, moved him over to the left. He did a great job. And we took the one dude from the bench, put him up on the right tackle, and we had an offensive line. These are the same players that have been around Watson because our line went down early. Our line went down early with injuries. And these are the same players that Watson had around him, and he still couldn't make nothing happen with. That, all right. Listen, Winston had 4 to 6 seconds to throw the ball. He had 4 to 6 seconds to throw the ball multiple times. That's why he was able to stretch the field. These are the same players, Coach.
All right. They're not. And I'm going to say this. This is why they're not. When we started the season, we had Hudson over there where Jed Wells is at. We had Bitonio. We had Posick, who is the current center now, who's the starting center.
Right.
We had Teller, and then we had DeJuan Jones that was coming off of an injury that was not 100%.
But DeJuan Jones was the starter.
He was the starter, but that was because the real starter, Conklin, was coming off of a surgery that he wasn't 100%.
But
so
no,
okay.
All
right, so I named those, right?
Okay.
So in between then, Hudson went down and was replaced by Jed Wells. Okay? Bitonio stayed. Posick went down and was replaced by Harris. Nick Harris, who got hurt. Teller went down, was replaced by Dunn and Zach Zinter.
Zimmer.
Zinter.
Yeah.
Zinter. All right. The wide struggle, Conkle got healthier and started. Right?
Okay,
so
I'm listening.
We're back, right? So in that process, now that's the line. You got Jed, Antonio, Harris, Dunn / Zinter, and DeJuan Jones.
Okay.
Right? For at least about 2 to 3 games. Boom. Conklin comes back now. Boom. So now you slide. Then Jed goes down. So now you slide DeJuan Jones over here. You still got Bitonio. Harris goes down. Now your starting center comes back off of injury. Now Teller comes back off of injury, who's the starter. Now you got another starter in Conklin. So starter. Oh my God, another starter from last year.
No, Coach, because the starter.
5 starters.
No, Coach, because what you saying.
Significant times, Coach.
No, because what you said Hudson was out there and then Jed Wells came back.
Yes.
Jed Wells plays the left. Hudson played the right.
No, so, Hudson is a swing tackle. He plays both sides.
Man, that dude has always been on the right.
He was drafted for the right, but then when they picked up DeJuan Jones last year, he became that swing tackle. That was the only way he's going to stay on the team is by learning both sides. That was the only way. So he went to learn both sides. And then that's why he
had to learn that side because the 1 year Jed Wells went down, Hudson had to step in over there. But the reality of it is,
it's this different line.
It's the same line, Coach. It's the same line.
You have this line right here was supposed to be your original line minus Jed Wells. Plus Jed Wells. That was supposed to be the original offensive line. That's the offensive line we started the season with last year. The original line. Remember, Conklin got hurt early. Boom. Yes. So then you subbed in DeJuan Jones. Jed got hurt later in the season, and then you brought in the dude off the street, and Callahan did a great job with him.
DeJuan Jones everybody else guard. Conklin's a guard.
Conklin's not a guard.
Conklin's a guard.
Jack Conklin is not a guard. Coach, look it up. Jack Conklin is not a guard. He's either your right or your left tackle. He's not a guard.
So then
Conklin never played guard throughout the season. I think you might have him mixed up with Zinter. But he's not.
Okay, Conklin's been out, and Hudson's been replacing Conklin.
No, that's what it was. Conklin Hudson was replacing Jed Wells this season on that side of the ball.
I've only seen Hudson on the right this year.
Okay, so DeJuan Jones was on the left side. And that's where Conklin is a left tackle. Conklin in college was a right tackle. They moved him to the left side.
Jed Wells has been our left tackle for years. That's why they drafted him and made a big deal about him. He was supposed to be the backside protector.
Hold on, Coach. I'm about to prove it right now. Coach.
You got to do, man. And listen.
Cleveland Browns starting offensive line. All right. Let's see here. All right, here you go. Browns lost 3 offensive linemen. You lost your right guard and Wyatt Teller.
Okay.
Your left tackle and Jedrick Wells. Conklin is your right tackle.
Jedrick Wells is the left tackle.
Okay, and DeJuan Jones was on the right side.
Yeah, after Hudson was doing a shitty job.
Then Jed Wells came back for his position after he got healthy.
Man, Hudson got hurt. Look up. Did Hudson play left guard this season?
Okay. Did James Hudson from the Cleveland Browns play? What was it?
Left guard.
Okay, hold on.
No, left tackle.
Did James Hudson from the Cleveland Browns play left tackle this season? Oh, this is not. Hold on. Did James Hudson from the Cleveland Browns play left tackle this season? Yes, he started at left tackle for the Browns in the 2024 season against the Dallas Cowboys.
So one game.
No, he played more than that. Jed didn't come back and
Coach. They said Dallas Cowboys.
Coach, you want me to give you his stats for the season?
I want to know when he played left tackle for who?
He played. Okay, how many games he played left tackle
this season?
Okay. How many games did James Hudson play at left tackle for the Cleveland Browns this season? Hold on.
I'm telling you, man.
Now it's saying he did not play left tackle.
Exactly.
No, hold on, Coach.
I'm trying to tell you. Listen, man.
Coach, I know
Washington had the same players. Yes, did some guys go down? Yeah, they did. But even in the games that he had those players, he still did not put up a performance like Jameis Winston. He did not put nothing up, and he had
listen, I'm not saying that the performance of each quarterback, whatever. All I'm saying is this, Coach, he didn't have the same offensive line. You can go look like when this is over, I'm gonna look it up and I'm gonna prove it to you that everything that I saw changed out because Conklin is at right tackle. Okay, Conklin replaced DeJuan Jones. Okay, then you had Teller being replaced by Dunn or Zinter. Then you had Posick being replaced by Harris. Then you had Batonio been staying there the whole time, and then you had Jed Wells replacing Hudson. Hudson is hurt right now.
But I understand that. But Jed Wells was always the starting left tackle. That's what we drafted him for.
And Hudson played left tackle.
Well, hey, you're going to have to find that one out because you had two things saying well, yes and no.
Listen, Coach, the first question was, did James Hudson from the Cleveland Browns play left tackle this season? It said James Hudson started left tackle for the Cleveland Browns in the 2024 opener. That's what it says.
In the opener.
That's what it says.
Okay. But he
right
ain't
now,
no other.
Listen, right now, the new left tackle is DeJuan Jones stepping in for Jed Wells.
Yes.
Okay, so it went Hudson, then Wells, then DeJuan Jones. You had that. Listen, the original line is always, go back to last year, Coach, before all these injuries, the original line was Jed Wells, Batonio, Posick, Teller, and then Conklin.
Okay, so Conklin is the starting right tackle.
He's the starting right tackle.
But see, last year he went down so early, Hudson played more games than him, so it was hard to even remember Conklin even being out there.
Remember, Conklin went down in game 1. He went down the first game of the season, smack dab. You know what I'm saying? But remember, because this is the thing. This is why I was like, when the Browns decided to resign him and give him an extension, I questioned it because I'm like, y'all drafted DeJuan Jones to be his replacement, but y'all gave him a whole bunch of money. Like, I questioned that.
Right.
And then DeJuan came in and balled out. I was like, well, shoot, I thought he was going to try to cut him this offseason.
No, I think what it was with DeJuan Jones was they kept talking about his weight and he not being in the best shape possible. I think that's what it was. So,
And I think he's back to that familiar side, man, the side that he was always on.
Yeah, well, hey, we saw what it looked like, and it was a positive result. But let's get into the next topic, Coach. Ken Dorsey's play calling. Now, listen, if my fraternity brother Levert, if you watching this, man, yes, he handed over the play calling, but don't get it twisted. The play calling was still not that different from what Stefanski calls. The offensive line just executed enough for Winston to be able to do what he needed to do. I like the way Ken Dorsey called that game. I like the fact that Jameis Winston was not afraid to pull that trigger and throw the ball downfield. Like, he literally got receivers involved in the game. And it looked like a Buffalo offense. Spread the ball, throw the ball down the field like Josh Allen used to do, or like Josh Allen does. And I was happy with that. I was happy with the play calling. I like what I saw out of Ken Dorsey. I like the fact that Stefanski trusts him enough to let him go ahead and do that so he can manage the team.
Yeah. No, I definitely, the play calling was way better. I think, I am not gonna lie, Dorsey did a good job of mixing the Buffalo with the with Stefanski's offense. You see some 2 tight end sets, quarterback under center, play action passes. You know what I'm saying? You're seeing people down the field throwing deep balls over the middle, taking the deep ball threats a couple of times. So it was like, to me, he called a perfect mixture of both offenses. He mixed Stefanski's and his. So kudos to him.
And that's what everybody wants to see, man. Like, Browns fans can handle losing if you're putting out the effort. The last couple of games, that shit hasn't been no effort. So now we're just like, this is what you leaving us with?
Yeah.
You want to put a dome here for this? So it was like, now they realize that we gotta wake up, we gotta shock this crowd, and we need to put some money on this field, or we need to show people that this is something worth investing in.
Yeah.
So,
hey, you mentioned the field. Did you see the new one downtown now?
The new what?
They got a new field rendering, because they was talking about now they talking about Burke Lakefront might be a possibility.
They should have been doing that anyway. Ain't nobody using that airport.
No, it's only rich people use that bitch to fly in and fly out. That's it.
You can move that anywhere.
Yeah. So they talking about doing that, and it's a nice little complex. The renderings that I forgot what group put it together, but it's dope, Coach. It's nice. It's just kind of like the Brook Park one, except for it's downtown. It's on the lake.
Why wouldn't you just put the Brook Park one downtown? That's what I don't understand. Why wouldn't you just do that?
It's the exact same thing, coaches, except for like the stadium design is different, but it's the exact same elements, exact same outdoor things with hotels, housing, you know what I'm saying, apartment buildings, shopping centers. It's the exact same shit.
Hey,
that's it.
That's all, man. Listen, once again, that's all Cleveland fans will keep it downtown, keep it like we need to keep it, and that's it, man. Like, these people are like just overthinking shit. You trying to move into an area that's gonna be inconvenient for people to be driving to, truth be told, whereas downtown is the center. It's the center, is where it needs to be. And I was saying, why won't they just put it right here at Burke Lakefront? Because they can move that to Signature out in Richmond Heights, man, and let the people fly in privately through there. I don't understand why they was making such a big deal about that.
When they said that's what they was wanting to play, like I always thought that's what the best location was.
Yeah.
That's where, like, when they first were talking about, oh, we need a dome, that's the first spot that came in my head. I mean, it sucks for the kids that go to the aviation school over there, but it is what it is.
Right. I mean, and then like because the only time they ever use that area, truthfully, is what, Labor
For the
Day?
air show.
Yeah, for the air show. You can move that, like you can build that same area in the spot where you about to tear the Brown Stadium at. You can put that same area right there.
All you got to do is just flip it.
That's it.
That's all you're doing. You tearing down, you building on one and flipping the other one.
Now I got to see that design, man, because I just don't understand why you wouldn't take that same design and just put it over there. But if they switched up some shit and added some shit, whatever.
Check out Cleveland.com.
Okay.
That was the first place I seen them posted. It was on matter of fact, it was on Facebook.
Okay. I'm about to check that out. I didn't hear nothing about it because I knew that they were trying to put that Art Modell rule in or whatever to stop them from leaving the city. And it wasn't even like they were leaving the city. They were just moving from downtown. But it's still like, we know we're not dumb. That moving the Browns from downtown would have killed downtown Ohio. Downtown Cleveland, I should say.
It sure would have.
Yeah, that would have been horrible to have that take place.
I don't know about anybody else. I just think all major sports teams or arenas should be in your downtown area.
Exactly.
It just makes the best. To me, that's the best ideal place.
And it makes the most sense.
Yeah, it makes the most sense. Look, you got the soccer stadium that's about to be built. You already got the Indians and the Cavs. The Cavs is moving really downtown now. They got their facility that's going to be down there by the lake, off the river.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Browns, which y'all was going to pick up and leave. Like, come on, man. Everybody was already down there.
Exactly. So, all right. So, let's get into week 8 in the NFL, Coach. Now, I'm going to start it out with, did you see the Washington and Chicago Bear highlights?
Yeah, because I was about to say I ain't see the game, but I saw the highlights.
Man, let me just tell you, that was a game that would have had people like, I was highly entertained from the highlights. I ain't have to watch the game. I was highly entertained by the highlights. Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams put on a show. Now, Caleb Williams didn't look too good, but I mean, he threw his passes and did what he needed to do. But Washington is for real. Washington is for real. Their defense is for real. And they did their thing, man. They came out, they did their thing, and they came out with the victory on a Hail Mary miracle pass.
Ooh, that was a miracle because I'm like, dude was running around the field for days, had time for days. I'm like, dude, at that point, I'm like, you know what? Somebody deserves to catch this.
Yes.
Like the way he was moving, like if he wouldn't have got nothing out of it, I'd have been more hurt.
Yeah, and man, look, it was crazy. And then they on TikTok, I saw they did the reaction of Caleb Williams when they lost. That dude was pissed. He was sitting up there like, man, he was cussing out his team like crazy. Like he was so heated. But it was like, first off, like, yeah, you thought you might have had the game won, but let's be real. You didn't do enough for your team to win like that, like for you to be that confident. So, it would, if DeAndre Swift didn't break that 52-yard run and score that touchdown, y'all ain't even talking about nothing. No. So it was an interesting game for me, Coach.
Yeah, I feel you. I'm not even gonna hold you, Coach. I didn't really watch too many of the other games. After I watched the Browns, it was. I'm not gonna lie, I had a rough work weekend, so it was night. It took an early night, but I can honestly say is this one thing I did want to talk about. Aaron Rodgers.
Hey, talk about it. Talk about it.
So I'm thinking y'all know who the real problem was, and it sure wasn't Robert Saleh.
Not at all.
It was Mr. vaccinated, immunized.
Hey, man.
Like, come on, man. You are the problem, A. Ron.
Yep.
You are the problem.
And the crazy part of it is nobody's calling him out on it. Nobody is calling him out on it. There, you got Devontae Adams, you got Garrett Wilson, you got weapons. So, are you going to blame the offensive line? Are you going to blame the kicker? You trying to be funny because we don't need. So my cousin gonna call out my Seattle Seahawks. He gonna call out my Seattle. So you trying to be funny? Yeah, I know my Seahawks looked terrible yesterday, man. I'm gonna go there, but we're gonna finish talking about Aaron Rodgers first. We're gonna get into the Seattle because I'm pissed about that one. But yeah, man, like you got a squad of people. And you still ain't making it happen with them. So now it's starting to tell me that were you just a system quarterback? You was only able to work in one system because you're not looking like All-American Aaron Rodgers, the NFL Hall of Famer, future Hall of Famer quarterback. You're not looking like that guy. When Brett Favre left Green Bay and went to Minnesota, he still turned around and took Minnesota to the playoffs. Aaron Rodgers ain't looking like nothing close to that.
I'm going to tell you what it is. Aaron Rodgers is over 40. He takes a lot of psychedelic mushrooms and he be seeing shit. So he ain't the same dude no more. Like, dude, lay off the peyote and the mushrooms, especially on game day. You seeing ghosts, you seeing shit, and he can't move the same no more. That Achilles injury. Yeah, you know, it's a great thing they got with doctors and everything. Everybody healing up quickly, but you're not going to be yourself until like about a year or two.
Right. So the other games, Baker, so my one dude posted on Facebook today. My one dude posted, it was like, where's everybody talking about Baker? Ain't nobody talking about Baker Mayfield. Now listen, man. Now, this was so whack to me because like I can see if Baker came out and threw like 4 interceptions, 1 touchdown, and only like 200 yards. Baker had 37 of 50. He don't have neither one of his starting receivers. He still put up 338 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. That is not a game that you call him out for. 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
No, but he's shaking bacon. He helped.
Hey, man, listen. You don't call Baker out for that one. That game, that them stats was still better than most people's stats in this week.
Coach, I get it, but this is the thing. As a quarterback, when you win, you get all the praises. When you lose, you gotta take them lumps.
Yeah, but this was just pure hate. Pure hate. That's all. Like my cuz said, he still balled out. He did. He still 3 touchdowns, dude. That put you in the positive. And his QBR was a 52 too. So it was like,
listen, he balled out. Coach, I agree with you. He balled out. His team lost. That's just how it goes sometimes.
And that's what it all comes down to. And he put those numbers up without his 2 starting receivers. So come on, man. But
yeah, I forgot they was missing 2 receivers. Yep.
Yeah. Detroit still looks like the most dominant team in the NFC right now.
Yes, they do.
Philadelphia surprised me. They decided to put their foot on the gas towards the end of the game, and they looked decent, and they took out Cincinnati. I was really surprised at Green Bay. Jordan Love looks a little too up and down for me. I was a little disappointed by that.
Don't he lead the league in like interceptions or something like that, or something close?
Interceptions, yeah. So I don't know what's up with that, but he looks bad.
He just followed the mold of all the great Green Bay quarterbacks. You know, Brett Favre threw some, so did Aaron Rodgers, you know.
That is true.
Hey, they gunslingers.
Yeah. So what other games was something that I'm surprised a lot of people not talking about what's his name? Anthony Richardson?
Oh, the man that who got tired.
That dude, man, I don't understand why he was the first round draft pick. I don't understand why he was drafted in the first round.
He's big. He can run. And he has a cannon for an arm.
But
He's a better version of what Jamarcus Russell could have been.
Okay, because he looks terrible. He looks terrible, sloppy, and like the game looks like it's too fast for him because he's running for his life like crazy. So I'm just like, I'm
not feeling it. At the same time, he ain't played none last season really.
Right.
And he's been in and out of the lineup this season. So I don't think he caught up to that speed yet, that game speed. And with some quarterbacks, that NFL speed they'll never catch on to it. It's just they'll never last.
My cousin called him Mr. Tap Out because he tapped out. That's crazy.
Coach, I need a break.
But yeah, man. All right. So my Seattle Seahawks put up a terrible display yesterday. Now, first thing I was pissed off was I didn't know DK Metcalf wasn't playing. So I had him on my fantasy, and I did not know he was not playing. So when I'm looking, and I was like, why is the Metcalf on the field? And then they show him in regular clothes. I didn't even get a chance to take him out of my fantasy. So that, man, I was like, this is about to screw me big time. Luckily, all my other players performed, and it didn't hurt me. But it was terrible. Geno Smith might not be having his job come next year because he's making way too many mistakes. He's holding on to the ball too long. So I think his days are marked. But I'm most disappointed with our head coach. I want Pete Carroll back. The reason why we got rid of Pete Carroll should have never happened. He still got him into the playoffs. He still had him with a winning record, even though they were 9-8. It was still a winning record. This guy right here, you were the defensive coordinator for the Baltimore Ravens. So that lets me know. McDonald. Huh?
That's it, Mike McDonald.
So that lets me know that you might be a system coach because your defense can't stop shit. And the offensive coordinator, I don't know what he's doing because for a minute it was like the offense looks prolific. On paper, Seattle should be one of the top teams right now. But offensively, defensively, it's a bunch of question marks. We're a long ways away from the Legion of Boom. A long ways away.
Wasn't y'all fighting yourselves defensively? Didn't y'all get in a fight?
Man, listen. So, dude, two players are fighting each other on the. Do you know what dysfunction looks like?
Yeah, like that.
Man, that shit is terrible. Like you literally sat up there and y'all were fighting each other. Now, I understand the reason why the dude got upset because it was a costly penalty that would have got the defensive off the field. But you don't do it like that, man. You don't do it like that. And then they're going to show them both talking to each other like normal people towards the end of the game when you getting your ass beat 30-something to 10.
Yeah, it's too late for that.
Yeah. Come on, man. Come on. So, yeah, man, I literally was, like, disappointed in that. And I saw Bryce Young got a chance to get back on the field. He looked like shit again. So, it didn't even matter to even talk about it. It just shows that the NFL is not the game for him anymore. He needs to just go take his money and do something else.
Listen, he gonna rock out the rest of that rookie contract, and that's the end. You're gonna see a Bryce Young.
And it's gonna be the end. They're gonna trade his ass so fast.
Yeah, he might be a CFL player somewhere, but yeah, he ain't. I don't think the NFL for that dude. I'm sorry. You know, it's the Alabama Crickets.
Exactly. All right, Coach. So we about to get into it, man. So we done with our sports section of let's get to the facts. Now it is time to get to the facts and politics because it's a lot of crazy shit going on in this world. And listen, next Tuesday, this is where we at. So listen, I want to talk about the rally that Donald Trump and them had yesterday. I literally said it was a Klan rally. It was a Klan rally. It was extremely disrespectful. That comedian, what is his name? Hinchcliffe or whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever. Racist dude.
He got up there, man. That dude made some of the most ignorant comments possible. about the Latinos, Hispanics, I'll say it the right way. The Hispanics, he said it, he made ignorant comments about black people. He made ignorant comments about Palestinian people. He made ignorant comments about fucking Jewish people. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, like you can't get no more classless than what he displayed yesterday. And the fact that Donald Trump got on stage, Donald Trump got on stage and said America is a garbage can. It's a garbage. We're letting all kinds of garbage into our country. Now, here's the thing that's so funny about this statement. When I was growing up, America was known as the melting pot. Everybody comes in and we melt together. We merge together. We do things together. All of a sudden, 2016 gets here. We let this racist in. He puts his racist ideology out here. And now all of a sudden, immigrants is an issue. Now, the immigrants he's talking about, because obviously he ain't talking about his wife. He had no problem going to find immigrant wives. So the immigrants he's talking about are Hispanics. That's who he talks about 9 out of 10 times. That other one time is black people. So he knows not to really cross that line with black people because he kind of still need black people. That's why he's preying on the uneducated black people and some foolishly educated black people. But this stuff, man, that this dude is spewing out here is pure hatred. And the Latinos are like, yeah, I moved away from a dictator. I'm rooting for Trump. You don't realize that Trump wants to be, he told you he wants to be a dictator. So you went from one dictator to a wannabe dictator.
Yeah.
That's what we doing. Like, that's what we doing right now. And I can't understand it for the life of me. I can't understand it for the life of me, man. Why we just keep allowing all of these lies, all of this misinformation, all of this bullshit rhetoric. And people are turning to, like, especially black people. Black people are literally turning a blind eye. Now, we talked before we got on live. Before we live. All of these young black guys, like I said, they're just being defiant. Older people can't tell them nothing. My parents told me I should vote Democrat. Why I got to do what they want to do? That's what it is. You being defiant. You being defiant. You being stupid. You being ignorant. So then your whole thing is Trump just playing? Trump is just playing around. He ain't serious. So you want to wait till he gets in the office to find out if he's serious or not. When it's way too fucking late. That's what you want to do. You want to wait till he gets in office to decide if now, when shit is wrong, now you're going to be like, oh, this person's racist. Really? Because he already told you it's going to go back to Jim Crow segregation time. And like,
this is the thing. I'll give you a little history about the whole Madison Square Garden thing. So in the dark times of American history that is not spoken of, Hitler came to Madison Square Garden and held a rally.
I don't think I knew that. I know
he did that. But guess who's a big fan of Hitler? Donald Trump.
Exactly.
Trump knows that he can't win New York, so he goes to hold a rally. And it was a racist rally just like Hitler's rally. To the point where one of the guys who is a Jewish guy comes on stage and says, I'm at a Hitler rally. Who would have thought it? A Jew. Wow. Okay. You had his right-hand man, Stephen Miller, who quoted Hitler directly, but switched up. Hitler, in his speech, said Germany is for Germans. Stephen Miller said America is for Americans. You had the comedian saying all the racist stuff. You had everybody on stage that precluded Donald Trump saying racist stuff.
Yep.
Everybody before him. That was how everything played out when Hitler came here. They studied Hitler and his playbook and what happened when he came to Madison Square Garden. They're trying to recreate that in case he loses.
Yeah,
that wasn't not like everybody. Every channel that I watch, they say, "Oh man, that was like the fifth night of the convention." That was a Nazi convention. That was a hate MAGA convention.
All day long.
That's what you got.
Yeah.
But in a sense, I'm gonna say this. You already heard what I said. I posted on Facebook to any black dude, one, who taught you to hate your black self, and then two, who hurt you. Yeah. So y'all, we like we said, we talked earlier. I don't get this. Some of them, you know what I'm saying, some of these dudes, they talking about, oh, I'm not going to be a victim, that America's putting us out to be. No. But you're voting for a dude that plays victim every day.
Every day.
So every day. So go ahead and do that. But my thing is this, like how you said, why wait? I always go back to that poem that I learned in high school. I went to Shaker, and Shaker we celebrated Jewish holidays. We had days off. Right. I had Jewish friends, and it was this poem, and it goes like, oh, when they came for the blacksmiths, I ain't saying nothing because I wasn't a blacksmith. When it came for the trade unions, I ain't saying nothing because I wasn't the trade unions. When it came for the Jews, I didn't say nothing because I wasn't a Jew. When they came for me, it was nobody left to speak because everybody else was already gone.
Wow, that's powerful.
So you can sit up there and say self-preservation all you want to.
Right.
But at some point in time, they come for you. And you're not going to have the money, the financial backing, or the guns, or the people behind you to stop whatever they're trying to do.
Exactly.
You got to understand that all that yada 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 self-preservation. I'm gonna say this and then I'm done. Get off my little horse. Like I said, I come from a country where the motto is "out of many, one people." It's a lot of us, but we all one people. We all the same people. We all in the same race. We're all part of the human race. We all, no matter how much we try to divide ourselves by class, color, whatever, we're all the same. Right. Why do you think they stopped shooting off atomic bombs? They're like, shit, we could fuck ourselves up. We could end this shit if we wanted to. Like, we gotta stop. Like, they smarten up.
Right.
So we gotta smarten up and not elect this dude that's gonna tear down our democracy. And to all the people that's backing him, y'all don't have that type of money that's gonna save y'all from this shit, man.
No,
y'all don't have it. You know what I'm saying? So just do the smart thing and learn from history. Because people said the same thing about Hitler. Oh, they weren't taking him serious until he took over countries and killed people. Nobody took him seriously. Because that's why America allowed him to have that rally. They didn't take that shit seriously. They didn't take him seriously. He had a rally in New York City, the same place, Madison Square Garden. And look what happened later.
And the one thing that I want to focus on is all of the gaslighting that has been taking place. So Trump has been running around talking about the enemy within.
Yep.
And then everybody knows what the hell the enemy within means. Okay.
Yep.
But then you turn around and you get JD Vance going back and forth with Jake Tapper on CNN, and he's like, that's not what Donald Trump said. He's saying, he's not talking about the American people. That's something that you guys are pushing. So he started reciting Donald Trump's lines for JD Vance. That's not what he's saying. You guys are just making it out to be more than what it is. So who is he talking about, JD? And then he turned around and said, there's some extreme leftists over there on the left that, that is a disgrace to the country. So then it was like, those are still Americans. He's talking about
they're still Americans.
They're still Americans, and he's talking about using the U.S. military against the Americans. So you can't sit up here and keep on trying to gaslight people and make people think that this is not what is happening. This shit is happening at a full speed, like motion. It's happening. They're lying on a regular basis. They are gaslighting on a regular basis, and the people are falling for this shit. I wish you would just say, truthfully, I wish most people would say, I'm a racist. And that's just it. Be real about your shit. Don't sit up here and talk about, don't be real. I mean, don't be fake talking about, I don't know what Kamala's policies are and blah, blah, blah. There's a fucking, you can go to her website and look up what her policies are.
Coach, we don't know what Trump's policies is. He don't even know what his policy is. Remember, the man has a concept of a plan, so he don't know what a policy is.
Man, listen, the dude knows he has no fucking policy. He can't win on policy. What they're gonna try to do is they're gonna cause a fucking uproar. They saw what they did on January 6th and was like, oh, we're able to do this. And now it's been spread for 4 years later, and they got a whole bunch of dumb ones that decided to follow even more. And they're like, oh yeah. So when they're already setting the stage for when they lose, because they're gonna lose. But what they're gonna try to do is take over as like warfare. They're gonna try to they started the psychological, so now they're just gonna tell their people they robbed us again, so they can go act the fool completely again.
That's what the seller's for. You listen to what's the dude named Tucker Carlson last night. He set the stage. There's no way she could win this. She's low IQ. She's dumb. She's this. There's no way. Yada yada. You're setting the stage for what could happen if and when y'all lose.
Do you see what Elon Musk said?
Man, no, I'm not paying. I don't pay attention to Ellen. I don't pay attention to Elon Musk.
Look, Elon Musk said nobody's tried to unalive Kamala Harris.
So
you put that shit out in the air, so your followers will be like, oh yeah, that is right. They tried to take out our guy, so ain't nobody tried to do that. So now that's what the plan is moving forward.
Elon Musk followers and anybody who thinks he's one of, the bro, whatever they want to call themselves now, this toxic group of white dudes, whatever the fuck y'all want to call yourselves, you understand this about Elon Musk. One, the man was a Democrat all the way up until Joe Biden and them, Joe Biden's current administration didn't invite him to a technological summit or some shit.
Yep.
Then that's when he flipped it. Now he's a Trump supporter. So come on, man. Y'all letting these rich people play y'all. Like, stop it. Elon is like Trump. He's in it for himself.
Just like that JFK Jr., he the same exact way.
In it for himself. I was having a conversation with one of my frat brothers. He was like, yeah, Elon, Trump, and JFK Jr. not the establishment. I said, dude, you got a smart man that's just egotistical narcissist that's in it for himself, and Elon Musk. You have Trump as an old demanding man that's in it for himself, who's a con man, and then you have JFK Jr. brain worms eating him, and he's in it for himself.
Yep.
No, none of these people care nothing about y'all, and I can say,
or the country.
They don't. They're in it for themselves. Trump is running to keep his ass out of jail.
That's it.
Coach, I put it this way, Coach. If Kamala Harris answered that question when they asked her, would you pardon him? And if she says right now, hey, if she calls him right now and say, yo, you know what? If I win, I'm gonna pardon you. I think that man would drop out.
Oh, most definitely.
Long as it's signed off and is legal, he would drop out because that's
definitely
he don't want to go to jail. And he's guilty.
But he didn't got his ego up so much that he thinks that he's gonna win. Like, there's this dude, man. He pointed out something at that rally because Donald Trump said, he was like, Mike, should we tell him? We got a little secret that we gonna display to everybody. No, we're gonna keep it a secret. So they're already planning to do some secret shit, some snake ass shit to stop the election or rig the election. But the funny part of it is, the whole time you've been plotting and planning to rig the election, and you got your followers thinking that it's the Democratic people. That is the fucking projection that people are refusing to see. This man is doing it in your face, and you're still like, the Democrats are the ones this rigging stuff. Ain't nobody rigging shit. Your dude is literally stacking the deck. He put the Supreme Court people in there. He's got Mike Johnson under his thumb, which is the Speaker of the House. He got all of these people in his fucking pocket because he knows he's the one that's trying to rig everything. Deflection and projection are real things, and people that are Trump supporters do not want to understand or believe any of this shit whatsoever.
No. Coach, the greatest trick the devil ever told the world was to basically say he never existed.
Made him believe that it didn't exist. Exactly.
And that's what Trump is doing. He like everything. Like I can't continue to point out all these facts to these people, and they just keep coming back. Well, what about this? What about that? So you're just not gonna. You're telling me when you hit me with that. What about this? You're not paying attention to nothing that I said. You're not even researching to see if it's fact or not. Because when y'all send me y'all little Trumpy shit, I look it up. Boom, it's bullshit. Like one of my brothers tried to hit me today with, I bet you wouldn't know who's the president that deported the most people. Dude, Obama. Stop playing with me. I know Obama, the reporter in chief.
Exactly.
Like, come on now. I'm not saying the Democratic Party is, like I said, I'm not saying that they're 100% perfect. No, they're not. They do their fuck shit too.
Yeah.
I keep saying, like I say this to all my coworkers, and excuse me for the blatant language, but I'm about to say this. Both parties fuck you. I just want one party just lubes you up before they fuck you, and that's the Democratic Party. I'd rather be lubed up than raw fucked. I'm sorry.
One puts on a razor blade condom, and the other one will lube you up.
Yeah.
Look, we actually done passed over the hour, but there's something for get it off your chest. This is something I got to do, Coach.
Go ahead, Coach.
All right. So listen. I want to get this off my chest. I need everybody to understand, and I'm especially talking to Black people. I need y'all to understand something. I need y'all to understand this, that next week is voting. Next week is voting. I need y'all to understand, and I need y'all to really think about this. Come next Tuesday, your lives, our culture, our community, our lives can change forever. If Donald Trump is to get into office next Tuesday, we will be heading down that line of segregation, Jim Crow, and possibly slavery. We're not going to sit up here and play the game and sit back and be like, oh, you're fear-mongering and this, that, and the other. We're going to call it what it is. This man has literally told you what he's going to do to immigrants. If he does it to immigrants and he's successful with it, who do you think he's going to go to next? Who do you think he's going to go to next? Like, I really need y'all to hear us, hear me, and understand. Think about it. Next week, it could be over with for Black people.
Yeah,
it could be over with because he's going to do whatever he needs to do with the Congress and House or whatever. If he takes the army and makes them run up in and run everybody up out of Congress and this, that, and the other, he's going to do it. He's already told you he's going to do it. So I need y'all to wake up, vote smart, and if you're really smart, vote blue down the card. Because this is literally crucial times. This is crucial times. This is no longer time to be sitting there saying, oh, maybe I'm going to wait and then decide to do it. No, this is crucial times. You got to get out, you got to vote, and you got to vote smart. Do not vote against your own interests. Do not vote against your own community. The fact that people that are Black are like, I don't think I'm going to vote for her because of this, that, and the other. Don't sit up here and tell me that this woman has a low IQ. Her IQ is 30 times higher than Donald Trump. One, don't sit up here and tell me that you don't know her policies. You can go to KamalaHarris.org or .com, whichever one it is, and look up all her goddamn policies. Don't tell me you don't know who she is. You know exactly who she is. Don't tell me, well, if she's going to do this, how come she hasn't done it in the 4 years she's been there? Because she's not the fucking president. That's the reason why. Everybody knows that you don't have to, as a vice president, what did Dick Cheney do? What did Mike Pence do? What did Joe Biden do? So you're not going to be able to sit up here and tell me that bullshit. Don't say, why didn't she do it? Because she didn't have the fucking power to do it. The president does. So I don't want to hear any of this bullshit. Vote smart. And if you voting smart and you being truthful to yourself, you are going to vote for Kamala Harris. You do understand, for you teachers out here, I'm calling your asses out. You racist ass teacher that teach in black fucking schools. This man said he's going to dismantle the education system, the Department of Education. He's going to dismantle them. That includes your stupid asses. If you're not smart enough to understand, you're going to be unemployed. So you need to wake up and understand you're not going to be exempt from that. Everybody needs to be smarter. When the man told you he's going to be a dictator, that is what he's going to do. Everybody around this man has told you how dangerous he is. You're still sitting there saying he's not. Everybody has told you he's a racist. You're still saying he's not. Everybody closest to this man, who's worked for this man, who he spoke highly of, but the moment they didn't do what he wanted them to do, he trashed. The man is a con artist. He is lying to everybody. He's bullshitting everybody. And you guys need to wake up. We are not going to play dumb. And as black people, hell, it ain't even just black people, Latinos and white. We don't like people playing in our face. We don't like people playing in our face. And y'all know this man is playing in your face. And you need to stop letting him do it. Enough is enough with all of this bullshit. I'm sick of it. Y'all better vote smart and you better vote blue. Simple as that. I'm getting that one off my chest.
Shoot. Coach, I don't even know how to follow that.
Hey, man, we beyond time anyway, Coach. Yeah. I just needed to get that off, man, because I can't. Man. But all right, y'all, we about to sign off once again. Let's Get to the Facts podcast is sponsored by No More Struggling Entertainment, OPM Clothing, and also the original Bonuts. Please subscribe, like everything, and pass us around, man. We here every Monday, 7 to 8. However, next week we still figuring it out, but we might do an election show on Tuesday, and we're gonna put the number up for everybody to call. We're gonna give you all the links for everybody to tap in while we watch and figure out what our fate is come next Tuesday.
Yeah, man.
So I want to thank everybody for watching and attending. Coach Shot, as always, it's a pleasure, man.
Always.
And we'll get at y'all next week, y'all.
Peace.
All right. Yep.
All right, Coach. Good one today.
Yes, sir.